Derek Brown here with another BEATBoX SAX tutorial, Volume 2, on the road in my RV. Here you're getting the full view because I had to have my phone as far away as possible so you can actually see my feet, because today I'm talking about stomping while playing the saxophone. A pretty basic tutorial, a lot of obvious stuff, but I have a few pointers for when you're stomping while playing a horn, you know, something other than a drum set. How this came about, basically, you know, after playing and realizing, oh, I'm using all my fingers to make percussive sounds, I'm doing percussive stuff with my mouth, my feet aren't doing anything, they're being lazy, so why don't I do something with them? No, and really I'm often thinking about a drum set, a bass guitar, I'm thinking of the different instruments in the band and how I can kind of mimic some of those sounds. And while, yes, I have some saxophone sounds that try to mimic that of a bass drum, a kick drum, particularly the bass flutters, which I have a previous tutorial talking about that. Something like that. You know, it's not quite the same as just a good old-fashioned kick to the floor. Plus, this allows me to play whatever I want on the saxophone while doing this independently. Also, just as a note, if you check out my new album, 50/50, you might notice that there's a lot more low end to the album, and it sounds a lot more full, I believe, and that's because I'm doing a lot of kicking on a stage during the album. And so this is kind of a new way that I'm going, and I'm pretty excited about it. And as far as doing the kicks, I mean, basically you have 2 feet. Which one do you want to use? I used to use my left heel, my left foot, mainly because I would usually kind of hold my saxophone on this quad here, but then I actually had a snowboarding accident, broke the heel. It's almost healed now, but I actually then switched over and went to the right foot, which is actually similar to an actual kick drum on a drum set, so that actually makes sense. But either one is fine. Sometimes you can even do a little bit of doubling if you want. As far as miking this, you know, if it's not a perfect sounding stage or perfect sounding RV floor like this, you know, sometimes I would use the case, the saxophone case itself, or a spare case, stick a mic on that. Occasionally I had a wireless mic in my shoe, and then recently I have this Boss SPD-1 kick drum little electronic pad that just has kick drum sounds, and it's just a really simple thing, but it just gives me a full sound. And then I'm actually not just pounding my foot kind of the whole concert, so it's probably better health-wise. As far as what to play in practice, the biggest challenge is just doing the whole, you know, multitasking thing that drummers are used to, but us sax players are not. So starting with really simple exercises and then gradually increasing the complexity, and that's how I suggest working on all these techniques, where you might be a little overwhelmed, like... You might be like, whoa, how's he doing all that stuff? He's doing rings, stomping. And really, no, I'm not thinking about it really at all. It's all muscle memory because I worked on it before. So, you know, start with a really simple pattern. Maybe just play on beat 1 of a 4-bar measure while playing a scale on your saxophone. Obviously, I went to quarter notes. You could do half notes on the offbeat. You could get the ring involved. That's adding another layer of complexity. And then you can get to where you're actually creating some cool kind of hip rhythms rather than just straight on the beat. This is where you might do, you know, the bossa nova rhythm. I do that in the beginning of my album. One thing you might notice too is that, and a lot of funk players know this, is that it's often best to align your kick drum with the bass part, with the bass line, which on the sax is what are the low notes you're playing. And that's where it can sound great lined up. You don't have to stay there all the time, but it's a great starting point. So like, for instance, in my song Runaway at the bridge, I do something like this. And so forth. You can see how that lines up. And that's basically it. You know, create your own rhythms, start with it slow, see where you can go from that, and just have fun with this full sound that you can do. Turn your maybe natural inclination of tapping into a really deliberate, like, yeah, this is actually part of the song. So have fun exploring that, and until next time, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.
Dun, dun, dun.